Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. We are here on a Tuesday, actually. We're going to go ahead and get right down to it. We have a special guest coming on. He is beloved here in San Diego. If you followed San Diego Loyal in any capacity, you know this man, you know this person. He's an absolute stud of a human being. And unfortunately, with Loyal no longer being here, he had to do his profession elsewhere. He then went ahead and became the first player for Rhode Island. Not only that, he became the captain of this team. We're going to go ahead to the ever powerful, el gran poderoso, señor Koke Vegas. Koke, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, my friends. Good to see you. How are you?
We are doing really good, man.
English is getting way better, man.
We pointed that out. Congratulations on a lot of things. We're going to say a lot of congratulations to you today. But that's one of them. Congratulations on that English. How's that been going over there in Rhode Island?
I mean, thank you. I think I improve a lot my English. You guys remember me when I arrived to San Diego. I think we never did an interview in English, so probably it's the time finally after 2 years and a half, almost three. But finally, yeah, we can talk in English a little bit.
And do you have a coach? Like I've always wondered. Like I see players across Europe. Aquí viene un Kevin De Bruyne que de la nada sabe el español, or somebody who comes over from France and they know Spanish. El Mbappe también ya me imagino se sabe el español perfectamente. It's like, pero cómo sucede? How does that happen? How do you learn so quickly? Is it a teacher? Is it music? What is it for you?
To be honest, I never did any lesson, English lesson. My English coaches were all the people in San Diego Loyal helping me in the locker room. So to be honest, yeah, they were the ones that helped me with the English. I remember my first year, my first season in San Diego, in probably in the meals when we were playing away or things like this. I never understand anything in my first season in the table. Was funny for them, not that funny for me. But at the end of the day, is the only way to improve English. Practice with them, with the staff. Probably at the end of the day, I had to understand everything that the coaches wanted from me on the pitch. So yeah, that was the way to learn English.
And that's the way, right? I mean, just through the game, you can learn a whole language. It happens all around the world. But Koke, you ended up going to Rhode Island as the first signing for that club. What did that mean to you? And just to fast forward where you're at right now, about to play in a championship in the USL, what has this season been like for you?
Really special. I mean, I always say when I talk about my career that San Diego changed me or changed my mind. No, when I came from a Liga at that point, my mind only wanted minutes, play games, and that was it. So, but when you arrive to a place that people care about everything, not only the things that happen on the pitch. People cares about the community. People cares about the city, the state, everything. So they really changed my mind, and that was probably a reason why I wanted to go to a place that I could start something from the very beginning, building or trying to build something special with the things that I learned in San Diego, with the things that uh, people in San Diego gave to me. Because at the end of the day, I think the culture and the environment is really different when you play soccer in the States or when you play soccer in Europe. No? So yeah, probably that was the reason, and I think now our first season talks by himself. I think we are doing a really good job. Obviously, we went through tough moments. I think the beginning it wasn't easy. We need few games for get our first victory. Few games for get an stability on and off the pitch. But once that everything came to his place, I think we did a good job, and we are still doing a good job because we know that the job is not done yet. So hopefully, this next Saturday we can finish in the best way as possible.
Y tienes que estar atrevido. You have to be a brave person to not only play and do your profession somewhere where you don't understand fully the language. And that's what a part of that I love about the game, right? En todo lenguaje, every language, el hey, that gets it done, right? But for the back line, for your position, the goalkeeper, the captain of the defense, you have to be talking, moving like that's something that I'm pretty sure was made a little easier knowing Grant Stoneman was there with you. How big was having somebody like Grant come over from San Diego Loyal, que te conoce, like you guys know a little bit, have that communication, and a friend.
Yeah, I mean that not verbal language that you say that was Koke in 2022. When I arrived. To be honest, I didn't speak English at all. So I remember, for example, for sure Guido was the one that helped me the most because he's bilingual. He's from San Diego. He knows both languages perfectly. And then I remember one conversation, for example, with Kyle Adams at the beginning of the preseason that he said, I played for RGB. The people in there, most of them are Spanish speakers, so you can talk with me in Spanish, and I don't gonna talk to you in Spanish, but I probably gonna understand you most of the things that you say. So Camden Riley the same, for example. So that was way easier for start my journey there in San Diego because they were players that play in the back closer to me, so that was really helpful. And then, as you say, Grant Stoneman probably was the player with I played the most minutes with in San Diego Loyal. Really close to me, I think, because our soccer culture there in San Diego and the way of play that we did in San Diego, we were really, really close, building from the back, trusting a lot each other, and that was huge for me. Have him with me in Rhode Island, as you say, more than a teammate. He's a friend, and was really helpful from the beginning in San Diego, and still right now.
No, I mean, and it's important to have the friends there, and that's something that was very apparent that it was a family here in San Diego, and we'll
Mhm.
talk about both kind of that life because sí se te extraña aquí in San Diego, Coca. Like
Yeah.
people talk about you, people follow you. I know that it was a big deal when you were coming over to Orange County for that, and obviously for reasons you weren't able to be there, and at the end of the day, it was like. Ooh, like first we missed Duran. Mandaron a Duran a Dinamarca. They send Duran over. We're like, oh, we'll get Koke. And we found out that you also embarked in another of your congratulatory moments. Congratulations on this season, because not only that, you became a father. Congratulations on that. And I mean,
Congrats.
so much new stuff, so much new adapting to a new world, going over to Rhode Island. It's not San Diego, I imagine. Poquito más frío, a little
Mhm.
colder over there. But you're used to that. But how has that changed you as a goalkeeper, as a person, as a man, moving forward, having the baby?
I mean, it changed a lot of things in I don't know, in 10 months or something like this, or already a year, but I don't know. I think it's very natural, like at the end of the day, you live day by day, and things go as normal. But for sure, I mean, I think you have to be brave for uh, take this kind of chance that the life and soccer put in your way. Start be the first player in a new franchise. Trust everything that when you cannot see what's going on already. So, and then after this, obviously, the environment changed a lot. Not only because it's a new team, as you say, the context, the city, the weather is the total opposite point in the country with San Diego. So I'm a person that loves the good weather. So as you can imagine, I miss San Diego weather. Obviously, I miss San Diego. Uh, I was really, really happy in there. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I'm really happy here. That's why probably I was really upset that I missed the chance to see all those San Diego loyal fans in their away games this year,
Yeah.
watching us against Orange County. So I was really looking forward for that game. It was one of those games that you mark in the schedule at the beginning of the season that you really want to play there. You really want to travel that game, and I traveled to Orange County. I was in there the morning of the game, but I have to came back because something that is, I think, more important than soccer and sport um, was happening here in Rhode Island. So upset that I didn't see all that people that I really love, but at the same time, really happy that I was here in Rhode Island and having my new first baby. So really happy.
That is amazing, man. Super happy for you. What would you say are some of the things that you find the same with Rhode Island as to San Diego Loyal, right? Like, do you feel like it's kind of like the same environment over there than it was like San Diego when it comes to like the play style, the fans, just the soccer in general?
Yo, eres un héroe. You're a hero again
Yeah.
over in Rhode Island. I've seen the tifos, the trapos, like lo hiciste otra vez. Like, you have it's Koke mania across the
Mania.
states.
I mean, I think we have similar and different things. Obviously, Rhode Island is a team that cares about the community too. Like about the city and the state, and this is something important. And as I say before, that was one of my goals when I came here. Like try to bring with me all those things that in my opinion makes a team be different. For me, it's not only about the things that happen on the pitch that for sure are important. If the things on the pitch doesn't go well, you're gonna be in trouble. So obviously, off the pitch was important. On the pitch too. On the pitch, I think we started the season trying to do not the same as in San Diego, but well, I think we still are a team that wants the ball and wants to play from the back and wants to be brave. Maybe not as we did in San Diego. We were too risky sometimes in San Diego. It was our style, our culture, and I really love the people that are in there because, for example, it's funny, because now when I play against some teams, you start to study the teams during the week, and you can see that too many goalkeepers start to do things similar that the thing that we did in San Diego. Goalkeepers are more involved in the build-up. Goalkeepers are more brave, playing higher the pitch, and things like this. I think this is not thanks me, probably thanks Nate Miller, thanks Landon Donovan. They were the ones that came to me at that point in 2022 and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And I thought, like, you guys are crazy, like I don't see myself in those spots. But we were improving. The progress was really natural, and I right at the point that I didn't want to play back. I remember at the end of last year, I think was after play against Louisville away or something like this, that talking with Nate, he said, like, we are going to change a little bit. Probably you're going to play a little bit more in the back and not in the same line as the central backs. And I say, like, I really want to be higher on the pitch.
Yeah.
So those things were very good. I think if you check our first game, our opening game against New Mexico with Rhode Island, Stoney and me, we were in a really high position on the pitch, like something very similar as we did in San Diego. But it's true that I got injury, Stoney got injury really early in the season. Not everybody came from the same style, and we have to adapt ourselves to the people that we have, to the style that works for our team, and we changed it. We were trying to find our style, and I think we have really good roster for play, like probably most of the styles. We can be a directly team. We can play from the back. We are a really intense team. So we have too many things that, I mean, that's why we are right now in the USL Championship final. But yeah, similar things, different things, a little bit of everything as in every single club, I think.
No, I love that, and you can tell that you guys have worked hard, because if it's not easy to be a first year team to make playoffs, and
It's never been done before.
it's never been done
to get
before,
to a championship
and
in your
especially
first year.
with the everything that's involved with the travel in the United States, right? Like that's something that you had to get used to, and just that there's that map that we were talking yesterday with Darren about that
Yeah.
shows like if you travel the United States versus you over Europe, and it's like from going from Russia to Portugal, and like that's East Coast West, like that travel is
It's so big.
incredible. Like it's a side tournament, like La Champions. O sea, it's only so often. That's not every week. It's every week in the USL Championship, and I think now you kind of get a sense of that, right? And playing with San Diego Loyal, of what it takes, and clearly there is enough veterans in that. So it takes a good coaching as well. So tell us about the coaching. How has this new style been able to be to your benefit, and really kind of make a championship team here with Rhode Island? Something that San Diego always wanted to see. Is, man, like la gente piensa like hubiera pasado. ¿Tú crees que hubiera pasado? Like San Diego, like seeing what it took to make it to the championship. Do you think San Diego Loyal would have made it to the championship had what it took?
I mean, I still think that we had everything to do something special in there on the pitch. Like I think we had really good names, players, staff, style, stadium. I think we had everything for be successful in the championship. But why we didn't make it, I don't know. I don't know. That's the good question. If we know the answer, we probably will change everything and make it. But same as right now, we are in the final, and I cannot say exactly why. I can say, like we have really good players. I think we have now a style, our own style of play. I think we have a team that is, ¿cómo se diría? Solidario en el esfuerzo.
A solid unit moving in one, a team, a real team moving together. O sea,
Yeah, so
un equipo, o sea, la
yeah,
asociación, la
yeah.
verdad.
I think this is the most special thing that we have. A team that really fight for each other. If you watch the second half, last game, the Easter Conference final, you could see like everybody had the back of the other player, fighting for each other. I mean, this is a team, and I don't say that we had not this in San Diego because we had to, but it's different. And at the end of the day, details make the difference. And we were lucky in some actions. I feel like we were not lucky in San Diego. For example, I remember last goal ever that I conceded for San Diego, 190, 19 minutes against Phoenix. Maybe if you are a bit lucky, you don't concede a goal, or not a goal, or maybe other goal, but
Yeah.
makes you arrive to the shootout, or makes you win that game and play the next round. I don't know. This is soccer, and that's why we love soccer, I think.
No, exactly. And you learn from it. And clearly you have learned and have put your team in a better position and have learned a lesson to help your team make it to this far. And I just again have to say, like, uh, I've always seen that now what it takes, right? You the day to day, the training sessions, the coming together. It's the most difficult thing to do in sports to get there, right? And I think it's important to enjoy it. But are y lo que siempre dices, disfruta. Y tú siempre disfrutas la vida, disfrutas el fútbol, and you love and you enjoy it. But how much of that can you take going into a championship game? How much del disfruto puedes estar en el momento, in the moment of a championship game?
I mean, I always say the same to the people that ask me, or kids, that comes to me and say, "Hey, give me some tip. I want to be a goalkeeper, a professional athlete, or whatever." And I always say the same. I can only say enjoy. Like I think this is the key for everything. If you enjoy the game, you're gonna be motivated. If you're motivated, you're gonna find your energy. You're gonna be intense. Everything is gonna come from enjoy. And of course, now during the week, today, for example, was our first day back in the training after the last game for prepare the final. and we were really enjoying. I think probably the fact that we were not probably the favorite team at the beginning of the season for being here makes us be stronger, make us enjoy the moment, because probably everybody in the club at that point, at the beginning of the season, will think about the holidays, like, about the off season. And now we are here, and if we don't enjoy that, I don't know. If we play and we fight during not all the season, all our careers to be in this spot and play a final.
Yeah.
So for sure you have to enjoy. It's true that arrive the moment and you feel the pressure. You can feel, I don't know. You can say nervous, pressure, tension. I don't know. Everybody can call differently, and I don't know if I have the perfect words to express in English what's the feel, but obviously you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that because you have uh, too many things that you are playing for. So you really want to be a winner. You really want to be successful, and obviously you feel that pressure. But so far we were dealing with the pressure really good. We were playing, I think, against the most difficult teams in the league. Last game against Charleston, uh, the other week against Louisville, that they did like a goal record this year. We were the only team that beat them at home. So after do all of this, we cannot permit ourselves don't enjoy about this moment.
Y aquí está el momento cuando se ve todos contentos, everybody losing it. What's that moment like, okay? ¿Cómo se siente eso? O sea, que es, if you can bottle it, like,
I think that there are no words for express that moment. I remember talk with the owner or with our coach and say, I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock because when we had our first conversation about joining Rhode Island, one of the things that I asked him is like, they told me, like, we are gonna have a good project. We are gonna have a long-term project, and they say all the things that are coming, and beautiful things, beautiful things. But you say, you know, this is amazing. I wanna be part of this, but at the same time, I don't know how it's gonna be the future. And this first year, for me, is important. Be competitive. How competitive we are gonna be? And the coach told me, we're gonna win everything. And I say, yes, we want to win everything, as everybody, but this is very generic. I
yeah,
said, maybe you're a bit brave. And he told me, we have, I think, a budget for have good players, and I'm gonna try to be really competitive from the very beginning, and try to win everything. I said, okay. I didn't really win everything was something real, but after Charleston game, I said to him, like, you know what, you were right.
yeah.
You were right. I don't know how, but we did it. I told him that. I'm in shock. I don't know what's going on, but we did it. So that was the feel. That was the feel. Like a shock, like really happy, exciting. At the same time, the job is not done yet.
Mhm.
So it's a mix of feels that I cannot really explain, but hopefully you guys can understand more or less what's happening in my head at that point.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, that's the attitude to have right when you have a first time team ever, making sure that you're saying right out the bat, like we're gonna win it all. Like saying that and instilling that confidence, like that's I mean, it rubs off on the players, right? And
Mhm.
now you're there, one game away from winning it all, Koke.
Yeah, and this is amazing. But for me, the important thing is now remember the bad moments that we went through during the season. Like, I mean, I think game day 14 or something like this, we had only one victory at that point.
Mm.
And I remember talk with our fans at that point, because we have really good fans. We have too many Latin people supporting us, and as you know, that you guys are Latin people too. I think in Latin America, people live football differently, a little bit, with more passion maybe. could be the word, and that people was supporting us and having our backs at all moments during the season. But it's true that at some point that they start to say like, you know what, we support you, but we need something. We need to start to win. We need victories at home, because at that point we didn't win just at home. We only had one victory at Las Vegas, and it's like I remember I had that conversation with a group of fans after a game, and say, I know that you want more from us. Believe me that we are really working hard for build our team, for being the same page, for find ourselves in a good stability and everything. Give us time. Takes time. A new franchise takes time.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be in a good point, because for me the key thing was like we had we really have a amazing locker room. People is really cares about everything, and even in the bad moments, so that can can make you feel like, okay, we're in a good spot. It's not the best result, but we're gonna be in a good spot because the people really care. It's not people like probably in those leagues that we don't have promotion and relegation. If the
Mhm.
things are not going well, you can say like, you know what, next season.
Yeah.
No, because it was really easy for us, because first season, nobody's expecting anything from us, and you can say, okay, that was our first season. We are adapting ourselves. We'll see next season. No, people was like, we are gonna be in our spot. We are really close, and we felt like in the games, like we were really close. At the end of the day, if you see, like we only get one victory in 14 games, but
Mhm.
we in all season long we only lost 7. I think we are the third team
Yeah.
with less losses.
Por nada.
So even in those bad moments, we were really competitive, and that makes us feel like we are really close. We are really close, but we are really close, and when we are gonna switch, or when we're gonna flip the coin. And that point arrived, I think, after Memphis game. I think was a bad game. Bad game. We did a good game. We were winning 2-0, minute 88. I got red card. They tied us in 8 minutes in extra time, and that was our worst moment in the season. And after this, we beat Louisville away 2-5, and everything changed after this. I don't know what happened. I remember that locker room that night was really sad, really upset about everything, but something changed. Something changed, and today we are fighting and training for prepare ourselves for the USL Championship final.
And I love that about the sport, right? Like at some point, just get it together. Just aguántense, muérdanse uno y vámonos. Like let's go. Like it's go time, and that's what I love too. Like it doesn't matter if you are having the tough run. Like you're still professionals. You still have to show up and do the work, and eventually you do the work long enough, and it works out. Like everything just happens like it's supposed to. And
Mhm.
I mean, again, just being at some of those loyal trainings and just seeing like okay, that's what they want. Like my favorite thing was seeing in training when either Nate or somebody was like, "Oh, I need it to happen this way, this way, this way." You, Stony, somebody else is like, "What is he? What?" And then you try it, and then oh, it worked. And then you try it in the game, and you're like, "Oh, it's almost there." And then click, 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 goal. And that's the moments that really make these teams together. And it's those hardships. And have you heard from any of your former teammates just now, like moving into the championship game? Like, hey, Koke, felicidades, congratulations, or how has the experience been? ¿Te has topado with or former colleagues, colegas?
Yeah. I mean, I still have a really good relation with a few of them. During this year, I have, I mean, Guido is the one that I talk the most. Obviously, then for example, Charlie Adams, Colin Martin, Evan Conway, Kyle Adams. Probably they are the ones that I talk the most. And during the season, I was talking with Tumi, for example, a little bit too, with Elijah Martin, Adrian, Blake Bodili, Nick Moon. I mean, I don't want to forget anybody. I'm not going to forget a lot of them, but probably they were the people that I was more in contact. And those days since we are in playoffs, Jack Blake, for example,
Mhm.
texted me a few times. We beat them in the first round, and I have really good relation with him too. So I was talking with him. Kyle Adams the same. Adrian Perez, Colin, Evan, Guido, Charlie Adams. That we were talking last week. Like, you know what? Let's do something special, and we can see each other in the final. But it's not gonna be the case. But I'm gonna face Ronaldo, for example.
Yeah.
And in the last game that we play against each other this year, he scored twice on me. So I'm gonna
You
try
gotta
to
get
do
him back.
something different this time.
You got to
I
get him
need
back.
it. I need it.
He turns it on late in the year, and
knows how
he
to.
knows how. Y le encuentra, no sé cómo. He's chilling the whole season, and then at some point he's like, "Oh, I remember how to score." Boom,
He
boom, boom,
loves
boom, boom, boom.
playoffs.
He said,
He
I
loves
understand
playoffs
it. Yeah.
with us, with Orange County. You know, at the end of the day, Ronaldo is one of those players that if he's not in his best day, maybe he's not gonna impact all of the game. But
Mhm.
if he's on fire, he's gonna score a hat trick.
Yeah,
He's not
Yeah.
Middleton,
yeah.
or he'll score 3 times, or maybe he doesn't score. So uh, hopefully, is not in his best day on Saturday for me and my interest right now. And after this and before that, I'm gonna wish him the best of the life.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, obviously, before we let you go, I do want to kind of ask about Duran Ferry, right? I mean, you trained with him every day.
Chamaco.
I know he got signed to an MLS contract with San Diego FC, got on loan to Orange County, wasn't getting the minutes, and now he's playing in Denmark. What's something that you can say about Duran Ferry that obviously is such a special talent right at his age, but what's something that you can talk to us about Duran Ferry?
I mean, before I say I don't want to forget anybody, Duran was one of the guys that I was talking with.
Yeah,
I
competition's always
spoke
competition, Koke.
I talked with him, I think, yesterday or Sunday or something like this. He texted me for say congrats on the Eastern title, and I was asking him about a little bit of everything because I that was another reason why I really wanted to play against Orange County this year. For me was will be special play against him on the field. You know, like after be together in San Diego, play against him both on the pitch will be amazing. I really love him. I think he has an amazing future ahead. Obviously, when you are very young and when you are a goalkeeper, the chances to play and that someone really trusts you and say, you know, this goal is for you all the year or the next 20 games are for you is very difficult. It's very difficult. So hopefully he can be patient. His moment is gonna arrive. I have no doubts about it. He's really talented goalkeeper. He has obviously, as everybody, few things to improve. Same as me, and I'm 10 years older than him. So obviously he has things to improve. I think this experience in Denmark is gonna make him, ¿cómo se diría? Va a madurar mucho.
He has a lot to
Gonna
mature.
mature,
He's gonna
yeah.
grow. He's gonna grow up as a player on the field.
Yeah.
Yep.
He has to because at the end of the day, this is a really soccer experience, but even more important personal experience. He leaves home during probably 6 months because if I'm not wrong, he's gonna be back for preseason with San Diego FC. I don't know. That's what I think. So I think it's gonna be really good experience. Be in Europe, different culture, learn the culture in there, improve and come here really hungry because at the end of the day, if for me it was special being in San Diego and get minutes and all those things for a goalkeeper saying that he's talented and he's from San Diego. I guess being MLS is and he's the first ever player. So it's a huge deal and a huge chance. Even that probably takes time. As I say, with the new franchise, with the young players, is the same. So takes time, but hopefully he can be patient with his moment, and hopefully the environment is patient with him too. because he has everything to arrive and be the San Diego FC goalkeeper in the future for sure.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that you guys stay in contact because again, like something that I know is that nobody really knows how to talk to goalkeepers, and you know this more than anybody. You have a school, a line of teaching goalkeepers to talk to goalkeepers, and that's something that I found myself even talking to him about. It's just like, hey, this is what it's like to be a goalkeeper. Like, hey, don't worry. Like, you're gonna have to forget that goal that you let in. Like, it's okay. Like, it's such a weird position, the goalkeeping position. Tiene que estar loco, like in a lot of different ways. Tiene que ser casi un psicópata a veces. But you know what? It's
Yeah,
okay. It's okay. Like it's part of the of being the only player that decided, I'm going to use my hands. I'm going to
yeah.
use them. Why not?
No,
Uh,
and everybody say, okay, the balls come so hard, I'm gonna leave. And no, yeah, impacting me, please. I wanna save it. Like
uh-huh.
you have to be kind of crazy, as they say, they say goalkeeper have to be crazy, So well, I don't know if we are crazy, but for sure we understand soccer a bit differently. I don't know. I mean, the striker makes more money, so maybe we take the wrong position. I don't know.
There's a moment that I was trying to talk to somebody about why being a goalkeeper is so good and what the feeling is after a save, Koke, like an amazing save that you do, la paras, boom, se va. You don't even know how you did it. You know it's out. You get up, y ese respiro, ese suspiro when you get up of like, here comes a corner, here comes this, but the job is done. There's no danger. That moment is what being a goalkeeper is about. Like if I can just get that over and over again, I'd be the happiest individual. But it's that moment of relief. I did my job. But guess what? We're coming. But in the moment that you're picking yourself up, ese suspiro de is the best thing ever. I don't know if you have any other moments of that
No, I mean,
goalkeeper.
I'm totally agree. At the end of the day, I think, for example, in soccer has more moments of adversity than good moments. But when that good moment happens, it's amazing and makes you feel that everything worth it, you know. So I think it's exactly the same when you're a goalkeeper. People, the team is scoring on you, everybody is gonna look you. You make 10 saves, you miss one, you did a bad game. But when that good game happens, or when you save that penalty in the 93 minute, or it wasn't a penalty, any chance in the last minute for get a clean sheet, that moment make that you feel that everything worth it. So yeah, that's I feel like we're in the same page.
It's really one of those things where I think it's unique and people will never understand what it means. I tengo una imagen, Coque, of this moment. I made a save and it's this right here, like acabas de salvar el balón, recógete, let's come back up. But that moment right there of is the best thing ever. Ese ser portero right there. It came up. I was like, you know what? Somebody would appreciate that. It's Koke. Koke, as we let you go here, thank you again for your time. It's late over there, but you're on time in the Spanish time too. It's must be
No
interesting as
problem
far
for
as
me.
no problem for you. But I mean, San Diego obviously, like I said, misses you. Are there things of San Diego specifically that you miss other than the weather and the people?
Good coffee shop.
Spill the beans. You were following the Padres very close. I don't know if
Yeah,
Rhode Island
they
doesn't
did an
have
amazing season this
baseball team.
year.
So
Again,
you're still following them.
really similar as 2022, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. No. Okay. Okay. People were wondering,
Yeah,
like,
for
hey,
sure. I follow them. I never watched baseball before I arrived to San Diego, and I'm not right now. I'm a baseball fan. So I'm not baseball fan. I'm a Padres fan because I don't follow the rest.
there you
So
go.
I love San Diego, and I love everything that means San Diego. So
Well, are we going to see you back? Are you ever plan to come back? Vacation, off season?
for sure, I would love to be on vacation in there. This year was my idea in our break in summer go there, but my wife was pregnant and it was a bit difficult. But of course, next season is our idea. My wife loves San Diego too. We have too many friends in there, so yeah. Obviously, it's not only soccer or the weather. Is the city, is the people, is the community, is everything. So we're gonna be at some point in there again for sure on vacation, seeing our friends, and hopefully I can see as much people as possible when I go there.
Not for sure.
No, I absolutely love that. Aquí se nos está haciendo temprano, pero tarde. Pero, Koke, muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. I really appreciate your time. Koke, you're going to be playing this weekend for a championship game in the USL Championship. The best of luck. I know San Diego is rooting for you. San Diego is behind you. San Diego is cheering for you. And I've taken the temperature. Nobody's on Ronaldo's side. O sea, sabes, Ronaldo, que gane Koke.
Yeah.
Koke Stoneman. Que if Stoneman sees action, que le saquen tarjeta, porque pues he's lacking on that. Ya no le está saliendo el apodo de el señor tarjeta amarilla.
I mean, he's like Sergio Ramos. He can play with the yellow card with no problem. He's really experienced with that. So, and hopefully San Diego support us, because at the end of the day, we are 2v1, no? Stoneman and Koke versus Ronaldo. So hopefully before and after this, we support Ronaldo, and I'm going to be the first one, but not this weekend, please. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure joining you today. It was a pleasure to have my first English interview with you guys. Hopefully everything went well, and everybody can understand our conversation perfectly, because San Diego was important for me, and it's going to be important for me the rest of my life. So hopefully you can say hi to all that people that you are closer to me than me, sorry. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys.
Perfect. Love it. Thank you, Koke.